So this is the question. So the first part will just give you state 4 components of a time series. So you just state sajalah. So kalau 4 components, so dia kata state ya. So dia kata state and define, barulah you define. So ini dia kata state saja, maksudnya state lah. Very simple. Dapat 4 markah, mudah je kan. So trend, seasonal, cyclical, irregular. So dapat 4 markah. Okay, sebab dia tak suruh explain pun. Sebab dia katakan state. So bila state maknanya kita just nyatakan sahaja tanpa apa-apa penerangan. Right? Tapi kalau dia katakan briefly explain the 4 components of time series, so that means you have to state and also you have to give the definition. Okay, itu beza dia punya terminologis yang kita gunakan dalam final exam, right? Okay, what we are interested is to look at the second one. So the following table shows the number of books sold in units by Fury Bookstore from the month of August to October 2018. So you have the week 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then you have the month. So in this case, you know that the higher value, the higher time period will be the month, and then the lower time period will be the week, because you have 4 weeks in a month. Okay, so what you need to do right now is kalau you tengok dia punya proses kat sini is the same thing as what we have done previously. One by one, we have to calculate the trend values and then calculate the seasonal index, interpret the seasonal index, and lastly, you have to do the forecasting. So let's do this in Excel. So I'm going to show you in Excel, but in your case, during the final exam, you have to do it manually in a with a pen and paper, right? So yang ni saya just buat lah. Okay. So dalam exam, bila kita buat table ni, so it doesn't mean that you have to draw the table exactly. You tak perlu nak lukis pun table tu just nyatakan. So tak payahlah nak garis betul-betul Okay, so you don't have to do the lines. Okay, as long as you put it in the correct order, so you have the columns, you have the values and so on. So tak ada line pun tak apa, it's okay. Okay, sebab sometimes bila kita gunakan kertas tu dah ada line dah pun. So no problem with that, right? Okay, so let's just continue with this one. I'm just gonna switch this table into the Excel form. So kita akan transfer yang ni ke dalam tu Excel. Okay, let me have this one first. So actually you have this thing, right? Okay, so you have the month, week, and okay, you ada the month. Alamak, mana dia? Okay, you have the month, week dengan the book sold ataupun number of books, alright. So in this case, saya just letakkan dia punya columns dulu. So the title, the headings of the column. So the first one will be the month, and then you have the week, and finally you have the Y, the book sold, right? Okay. So ini saya just letakkan Y je lah. So you boleh letakkan book sold, tak ada masalah, right? And then you have August. You have September. Okay, and then you have September, and then you have October, right? So you have here October. And of course, for the week, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So you have that thing, okay? And then for the amount of this one, so the amount of sales, books sold, number of books sold, you have 230, and then you have 270, 200, 250, and then 300, 310, 280, 290, 350, 300, 280, and lastly 260. Okay, even you can see that here, whenever I am doing this, transfer data from the original questions to this column wise pun that takes time, right? So you can see how it's not difficult to solve the problems actually. The only thing that is time consuming because you have to do one by one. Okay, this is just the time that you took to transfer the values into the column will take about 5 minutes, something like that. So it will be time consuming. Itu belum lagi campur dengan nak buat pengiraan. So let's see now you are going to use the moving average, right? So you are going to use the moving average for. Okay. So first of all, since this is the even numbers, so by right you need to put blank lines after each of the values. But for my case, I won't be doing it because I already familiar with these things. So kalau you all tak berapa familiar lagi, so kalau gunakan kertas, maksudnya you can letak kat tengah-tengah lah. So and then baru you can dapatkan dia ni. So just remember that. Okay, remember the position of the values. You need to be very, very careful and you need to understand where to put the values, right? So first of all, I'm going to calculate the moving average for. Okay, so why do you use for? So in this case, because the data is collected 4 times in a month. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's why we are using the 4 moving average. Okay, okay, the value of n here is equal to 4. So let's calculate the average. So here I calculate the average. Okay, I want the first 4. So this will be the first 4, right? So when you start your calculating the average, always start with the position where the value started. Okay, where the value of y start. Kalau katakan value of y to start dekat quarter yang week yang kedua, so week yang pertama tak ada nilai. So you start dengan week yang kedua. Okay, you kira jangan pula ambil 3 saja, ambil 4 jugalah. So that means you're gonna get take the value for August 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and then September 1st to complete it to be 4. Sebab kita nak ambil 4 kan. Okay. So in this situation kita just ambil untuk the first one sebab kita start dengan the first one. So this give you the average. So you calculate everything sampailah sini. Okay, so let's see, check the last one. So is it the correct one? Okay, the last one you have the 4 values over here. Okay. So that is the 4 values. So there, check sekali lagi. Okay. So this is for the even numbers. So the first time you calculate the moving average, it is not the trend values yet because the values here is actually not at 2, not at the position of 2, is between 2 and 3. Kalau kita gunakan yang blank line je, so, tapi kat sini tak nampak lah sebab kita tak guna blank lines tu. Okay. So what you need to do right now, since this is an even number, so you need to come up with the centered value. Okay, and the centered value will be the trend value. So you're calculating the center. So this will give you the trend, right? So the centered value, you just take 2 values at a time, okay? Similar to the process of moving average. So you have the average, but this time only take 2 values. So you take the first 2, and then you do the same thing for the rest, okay? You buang satu di atas, tambah satu di bawah, buang satu di atas, tambah satu di bawah. So this is your trend value. So based on the trend values itself, you can see that it started with 246 and it ended up with 301. So basically, based on the trend values that you have just calculated, you can see that there exists an increasing trend because the first trend values is 246.25 and the last trend values is 301.25. There is an increase in the values from the first until the last one, right? So that means you have an increasing trend. Okay, this is your trend evaluation or trend calculation tables, right? So do not stop your trend calculation table because your trend table is not complete without the variation table, because you're going to use the variation column for the next calculation. So to calculate the variation, you just need to take y over t and then multiply with 100. Okay, so you only do this for those values or those line that have the value of t. So without the value of t, you cannot calculate the seasonal variation. So that means the first two will be empty because the first two tidak ada nilai t. Okay, so just take the third one. So starting with the third one, okay, respectively take the third value, actual value, divided by the centered value or the trend value, and then multiply with 100. So in this case, you take 200 divided by 246.25, and then you multiply with 100. Okay, calculating this one, you should get this value. Okay, so this is the amount that you have. Let me make it as 2 decimal place. Okay, why I want this to be 2 decimal place? Because dalam soalan ni dia katakan so correct to 2 decimal places. So saya pun gunalah 2 decimal place. Okay, so this completes your first table that give you the 5 marks. Okay. Okay, you buat table ni, so you complete this table, you get this 5 marks. So dapatlah 5 markah ni. Okay, you get these 5 marks. So the second one will be determine the seasonal index for each week. So how do you get these 5 marks? Sebenarnya the 5 marks does not include the y over t. So 5 marks tu sampai sini saja. Tapi yang y over t ni markah dia kita akan ambil untuk the next question. So satu markah daripada 6 ni akan diberi untuk pengiraan y over t times 100. So this one. So 5 marks just until centered. Okay. Another 1 mark come from this one. Untuk yang the last column ni is taken from the part 2 ni. Determine the seasonal index for each week. So satu markah daripada pengiraan y over t tadi. Sebab tu kita kena siapkan yang y over t dalam table yang pertama. Sebab kita gunakan nilai y dan nilai t tadi. Alright. Okay, once you have this thing ready, so you already have the value of the centered value, and you already explained that there exists an increasing trend. So this verify or this support if you have any of the preliminary plot on the actual data that you can see that there is an increasing trend. So this explain that it is increasing. Okay. Suppose that you need to draw the graph untuk yang ni. So katakanlah you kena lukiskan graph untuk yang ni. So how do you draw the graph for this one? So let me just give you some idea how to draw this graph. So how it looks like. So I'm just going to draw this graph. Okay, I'm going to insert a graph. I just want the line chart. Okay, I want the line chart over here. Okay, so this is the graph. So let me just remove whatever that is not needed. Okay, I just want the y and the week. Okay, so I just want the centered value. Okay, so I just want these two. And then for this one, I need the axis level. So this should be this one. this will be the axis label. Okay, so this supposed to be, so chart ni you letaklah dia punya chart title, and then the axis you have to put it the axis. So this one is your legend, so you have Y and centered. So you must have the axis right. So bila you draw ni, you kena letaklah dia punya axis title. Okay, so axis title tu you letaklah accordingly. Alright, so this is how it looks whenever you do the graphing. So if you want to draw the graph, so this is the actual graph, and then this will be the blue one will be the graph for the trend values. So let me just move this somewhere else. Okay, so that is for the graphing. Okay, ada soalan ke? Attendance. Okay, so the next part is to calculate or to estimate the seasonal index. So you need to transfer this data, the Y over T, into a table form, another table form that is the original table form. So here you have the month. Okay, I'm just going to give you the month, so August, and then you have the September. And then you have October. Okay, so you have this to be that. Okay, and then this one you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then you want to transfer this data. So first you want to transfer this one. Click copy, and then this one, I just want to paste special values and transpose. Okay, so and then the second one, Control C, special values and transpose. And then lastly, you have this one, copy, and then paste. Okay, so you have this value. So I'm just leaving the decimal point to whatever it is there. So later on, I will just switch back to the 2 decimal place. Okay, so yang ni saya just biarkan dulu. Okay. So this is the one that you have already calculated. So let me just give a line over there, tick bottom. Okay. So the first thing that you need to do is to calculate the total or the average. Okay. If you calculate the total, then you have to calculate the average in this next row. If you calculate the average, you don't need the total. Okay. So either way is okay with me. So you can just do that. So sama ada you nak gunakan total dulu baru kira average, or you can just straight away calculate the average. So in my case, I just calculate the average straight away. Okay, so you calculate the average. So this one just simply average of each column. Okay, so the average untuk setiap column. Nampak 3 je. 1, 2, 3. 3. 2, 3, 4. 4, sorry. 4. Okay, so you get this one. So I'm just gonna sum. Okay, get the same thing for everything. Okay, so once you have calculated the average, so remember that you need to next to calculate the total average. Okay, the total average is simply sum all the average values. So you just sum all this average value, and you want the average value to be equal to 400. So this one is supposed to be 100, 100, 100, 100. So you want it to be 400, but right now it's not equal to 400. So that means you need to come up with a adjustment factors. So you calculate the adjustment factor. Okay, the adjustment factor is simply taking 400 because you want the 400 divide by the 397.6693. Okay, so you want this to be how much? Okay, so ini yang kita nak. So take the adjustment factors. Okay, so calculating this one, you should get this to be okay, 1.005861. Okay, boleh follow So you akan dapat yang ni. So lastly, then you can calculate the seasonal index. Okay, since we are using the multiplicative model, so to calculate the seasonal index, okay, to calculate the seasonal index, what you need to do is just simply multiply the average with the adjustment factors. Because this is the multiplication model, right? So bila gunakan multiplication model, you just multiply. So what you just need to do is just multiply the average 111.9225. You multiply with 1.005861. Okay. So kat sini saya nak fixkan dia sebab saya nak drag sekejap lagi. Okay, so you get this value. So you drag until here. So that is for the rest of the data, for the rest of the weeks. And then when you calculate the sum, it should be equal to 400. Okay. So now you already have the values for the seasonal index. Okay, you already have the values for the seasonal index. How do you explain? Okay, macam mana nak explain? Okay, so yang tu, okay, you complete this table, you get another 6 marks. Okay, 1 mark from here, from y over t times 100, and then 5 mark from the table itself. Okay, from the table yang you dah bina tadi. So you akan dapat 6 markah ni lah. So 6 markah ni adalah untuk table seasonal index. And then to get another 2 marks, you have to interpret the seasonal index. Okay, in this case, they ask you to interpret the seasonal index for the 2nd and the 4th weeks. So you look through at the 2nd and the 4th week. So this is the 2nd one. So anything above 100 will be an increase. Anything below 100 will be a decrease. So mudah saja kalau tengok increase or decrease, just take 100. Okay, so this one, but this one is greater than. So boleh diambil, so you ambil 1. So this sini. Okay, let me just take this one minus 100. Okay, so you get this value. Okay, so positive means increase, negative means a decrease. By how much? By the amount of the difference. So for the first quarter, or for the second quarter here, you can see that since this one is based on number of books sold, right? So you can say number of books sold in the second week increase by 3.8% every month. Okay, so you bisa cakap macam itulah. Okay, so you bisa cakap tadi. Just move this to this. Okay, so this one untuk second week. Kalau untuk yang the third week pula, the fourth week pula, I just cover this one. Okay, saya ubah saja kat sini. So number of books sold in the fourth week, FOURTH, in the fourth week. So right now it is decrease, right? Sebab apa? Sebab nilai dia adalah negative. By how much? Not by -4, so by 4.02%. 4.02% every month. Okay, so itu beza dia. So yang ni adalah increase. Okay, so you have decrease. Sorry, yang ni sepatut yang atas. So this one increase, decrease. Okay, sorry, saya tak bawah. Okay, so second week increase by 3.8%. Kalau nak lebih detail, kita akan dapat yang ini sama dengan 3.85. So 85%. Bagi 2 titik perpuluhan. So number of books sold in the second week increased by 3.85% every month. And the number of books sold in the fourth week decreased by 4.02% every month. So negative reflects decrease, positive reflect increase. So how do you get this value? Just take the amount of the seasonal index and compare with the index of 100. So that gives you the amount increase and decrease. Okay, so that is for the fourth one. Okay, ini saya bawa ke bawah sikit lagi. Saya nampak yang ni pula. Okay. And then the last one is to calculate or to forecast the number of books sold for the third week of November 2018. So dia nakkan the third week of November 2018. So you have November over here. And then you nakkan the third week. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so dia nakkan kat sini berapa nilai dia. Okay, the question is that, right? So what is the value of the value of y when in the future? Okay, you nakkan value of y in the third week of November, right? So the process is then first you need to calculate the TVV. Remember, so TVV diberi oleh TVV is equal to the last trend values minus the first trend values and then divided by n-1. So last trend value here is 301.25. First trend value is 246.25. And the number of trend you have 8 over here. So you have the 8 trend kat sini. So what you're going to have here will be the 301.25 minus 246.25 and then divide by 7. Okay, so divide by 7, so you should get the answer over here. Okay, so you should get the values to be, let me just put it here. Okay, nilai dia you akan dapat 1 minus this one divide by 7. Sikit step bukan nampak ini. Okay, you get 7.857, right? So this is the value for the TVV. And then the next thing, you need to calculate the T projected. Okay, T projected is just simply equal to the last trend values, that is 301.25 plus the TVV, that is 7.857, and then you multiply with the value of T. So the value of T here will be equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the value of T will be equal to 5. So how do you get this value? Let me just show you. Okay, so the last trend value is in the second week October. So the next one is the third week October. We'll take the value small letter t equal to 1. And then this continue. This will be t equal to 2. And then you have t equal to 3. T equal to 4. And finally, at the third week, you have t equal to 5. Okay, so that's why here you have 301, that is the last trend values, plus the trend variation value, TVV, multiply with the position of the third week. Okay, so you have 5 over here. So calculate this one, you should get you should get 340.5357. Okay, you get 340.5357. And then finally calculate the forecast. Okay, forecast book sold. So this will give you the T projected multiplied with the seasonal index. So in this case, the T projected is 340.5357, and then you multiply with the seasonal index for the third quarter is 87.59254, and this should be divided by 100. So you get 87.593. Okay, so that 593, yeah. Okay, 593, and then divide by 100. Okay, so you should get the value to be, so in this case, when you calculate this one, you should get the value to be okay. So T projected multiply with seasonal index for the third quarter, third week, divide by 100. Okay. Okay, so you get the forecast value to be 298.2839. So that's complete our solution. Okay, let me just saya ini jadi 3 decimal place. Okay, 3 decimal place So this one pun tempat 3 decimal place. Okay, so So this is the amount of books sold. So you tengok balik lah. So you data kat sini in units. So that means it is forecasted for number of books sold in the third week is approximately 298 books. Okay, so dikatakan 298 books. So this is in units, right? So that's it for the solution untuk past semester exam papers that involve 4 moving average. Okay, moving average of 4 items or 4 data at a time. So this complete the solution. So just remember in the final exam, the chart here, sometimes they ask you to draw the chart, sometimes they didn't ask you to draw the chart. So this one is actually tak ada. So pasal apa dia kat sini? Oh ni sebab kita ada yang nilai tadi. So ada nilai ni, so tu yang keluar tu. Okay, so by right tak ada. So this one tak ada nilai. So kalau saya just nak, saya just tukar dulu lah this one. Just to make it that it won't have the value of it. Okay. So the chart here, so sometimes they ask you to draw the chart, sometimes they didn't ask you to draw the charts. Okay, if you need to draw the chart, if you are asked to draw the chart for the actual and the trend values in the same graph paper, so you need to use the graph paper to draw these charts. Okay, so carta perlu dilukis, graph perlu dilukis di dalam kertas graph. So ada benda-benda, ada graph-graph yang perlu dilukis dalam kertas graph. Sebelum ni saya dah bagi tahu. Okay, one of it is if you have to draw the ogive. Okay, ogive you need to draw on a graph paper. Histogram you need to draw on a graph paper. Scatter plot you need to draw on a graph paper. And finally, the time series data you have to draw on a graph paper. So these are the 4 items that have to be drawn on a graph paper.